everyone, long time no see, it's me Ash here to talk to you about film theories once more, and we are diving right in with the latest iteration of Halloween. With Halloween 2018 smashing the box office like someone did to a certain evil psychiatrist's head, it should come as no surprise that Michael Myers and the Strode women will duke it out once more in 2020, and then maybe again later in that same month. It has been officially announced that the surviving members of the cast are all coming back for the forthcoming sequels that will be shot back to back, including star Jamie Lee Curtis and director and screenwriter David Gordon Green. So, let's speculate about how the sequel will pick up, starting with a certain loose end for everyone's favourite escape mental patient. Halloween 2018 ended with a pretty dire situation for Michael Myers, being trapped in a basement in a house that Laurie Strode had set ablaze. You remember that after the Strodes had made it to safety, the camera cuts back to the basement one last time and Michael is nowhere to be seen, the little rascal. Where, you might ask, could he have gone? In order for the next instalment to go forward, the screenwriter or writers will have to figure out a way for Michael to survive the fire or escape that basement before the house comes crumbling down on top of him. Since Green had a hand in the screenplay and will be penning the next two films, it is pretty safe to bet that he had already had Michael's exit figured out from the first film. So let's look to see if there are any embedded clues as to how Michael could have survived the fire, eh? I'm Ash from That Film Theory, and this is how Michael Myers survived Halloween 2018. Let's begin with the fact that the basement is a full-on survival shelter with stores of food and water, a fridge, and also a bed. If Laurie designed it for her to survive many months underground, in all likelihood she would need a bathroom. When we're first taken into the basement, a door can be glimpsed off in the corner of the main room. That door most likely leads to the bathroom, no doubt scattered with survivalist magazines with titles like Better Homes and Panic Rooms that Mrs. Strode can read while she is on the bog. Now, as the flames were engulfing the basement and Michael was scurrying about, his first move might have been to see what's behind door number 1. Given the odds there is a bathtub in there, he could have lain in the tub to block himself from the flames and taken his chances to not get buried or impaled by wreckage tumbling down. The water could have protected him, or at the very least cleaned him up a little bit after all of the murderous goings-on of the movie so far. Self-care is important, guys. Realistically, it is a sound theory, but then we've got to appreciate that nobody really wants the first image of Halloween 2020 to be the boogeyman kicking his feet up in a soothing bathtub. Probably. So the screenwriter will have to come up with something a little more keeping to the stoic image of Michael Myers for the fans. Another, more cinematic possibility is that Laurie has had an escape hatch cleverly disguised somewhere in the basement. If there's anything we should take away from Laurie's house, it is that there is definitely more than meets the eye. She spent 40 years preparing for this night. If she came up with ways to trap Michael in every single room, then it is safe to assume that she also built in emergency exits in case she or Karen ever got trapped inside one of them. Remember her fall out of the window. That very well could have been her exit strategy in case her and Michael ever went toe-to-toe in that particular second-story room. So, backing this secret exit theory are a few details in the film that you might have missed. At one point during the flashback to Karen's childhood, whilst inside her bedroom, Karen sets the cage door. If you're inside the room as the cage door shut, then it is very likely that Laurie would have made a way for young Karen to escape the room, so Michael would be left inside, perhaps like a crawl space connecting to the next room. This supports the theory that Laurie would have designed secondary exits out of every room in the house. Ergo, the basement must have its own secret passage. The only entrance we're shown to the basement is that motorised kitchen island. What if that ever malfunctioned? Laurie would have had to design a fail-safe to the machine or an alternative way to get in and out of the basement. The next film could begin with Michael storming around the basement and using his intuition to find Laurie's secret passage out of there. Let us not forget that he figured out that the kitchen island was a secret entrance to the basement in practically no time at all. So finding that secret passage out of the basement shouldn't be too much of a task for him either. Another possibility is that Michael could survive just by sheer luck, and we know he has previous in that respect. However, how he survives a fire could very likely happen off screen and then be explained with a throwaway line. Remember, Halloween 2018 rewrote the ending to the 1978 original. Instead of Michael Myers disappearing to who knows where, Dr. Loomis and the Haddonfield police tracked him down and took him into custody. And this is all revealed halfway through the movie in some exposition by Dr. Sartain. Going by that precedent, the next installment could very well begin with Michael simply having been saved from the wreckage by firefighters and taken to a hospital. Now, here is a glorious idea. What if Halloween 2020 does indeed begin with Michael being taken to hospital? This would mirror the original sequel, Halloween 2, from 1981. This most recent Halloween was chock full of elements lifted from the previous films in the series. It was a collage of homages, a colour homage, if you will. This next installment could very well continue with the motif of reversing the roles of Laurie and Michael, with the hunter becoming the hunted. If this is the case, Halloween 2020 could entail Laurie breaking into Haddonfield Memorial Hospital to finish what she started with Michael, just as Michael broke into the hospital to kill Laurie in the original Halloween 2. Wouldn't that be awesome, huh? While we're playing around with possibilities and embedded ulterior motives of Halloween 2018, how about this morsel? Laurie never intended for Michael to die in the house fire. There was a secret exit out of the basement, and she left a trail of breadcrumbs for him to find it. Halloween Night 2018 was just the first round of her multi-layered plan. The original ending backs this theory because remember the first trailer for the film when Laurie and Michael are shown facing off in Laurie's backyard? That sequence did not make it to the final cut of the film. But that shot was the beginning of what was originally going to be their final fight. Having chased Allison through the woods, Michael would find himself in Laurie's backyard, surrounded by all those creepy mannequins. Laurie was to rescue Allison by positioning herself between her granddaughter and Michael. The two go head to head, no doubt engaging in a bloody waltz of mutual stabbing, and Laurie was somehow to knock Michael unconscious, and then she, Allison and Karen all run off to safety. Yes, that was the original cut of the ending, and the Strodes leave Michael unconscious in their backyard. It's not as ambiguous as the ending we got, but it does support the idea that Laurie didn't intend to kill him during their first encounter. This theory holds water, like in H2O, maybe. Maybe Dr. Sartain wasn't the only one with a masterful plan for Michael. Laurie had been waiting 40 damn years to face off against her tormentor, fighting him endlessly in her head, as it were. It's been said online ad nauseum that the Michael Myers in Halloween 2018 was never targeting Laurie Strode. She isn't his sister in this version, after all. It was Dr. Sartain who arranged for their face-off. Up until the film's climax, Michael had been going about his happy way, trick-or-treating, with no end goal in sight, other than to mutilate a bunch of unsuspecting people in his old neighbourhood, because why not? He's Michael Myers. Get stabbing. So it is feasible that Laurie knows that Michael has no special memory of her, not even close to the way she has been psychologically tormented by him ever since that fateful night in 1978 when he murdered her best friends and nearly murdered her too. It could be that all along her plan wasn't just to snuff him out, but instead to make him remember her and set this all up for another, more fitting final confrontation. But yes, there you have it. These are several ways that Halloween 2020 or Halloween Part 2, Part 4, or whatever they end up calling it, could go forward. What will the future hold for Laurie Strode and Michael Myers? Did Laurie have a big multi-part plan for a nemesis all along? Will the next two films be about Laurie steadily handing Michael's ass back to him? Will he find his way out of the basement, or will we get to see those good old coveralls lounging in a bathtub? Ooh. Let's hope that is not how the next one starts, because whilst it would be big banter, it is a bit of a regrettable theory. It kind of reeks of Indiana Jones 4, doesn't it? Let's hope David Gordon Green knows better than to tread down that particular path. As usual, this has been That Film Theory. I've been Ash, and we love hearing from you. So if you've got any theories you think should be on our radar, then please let us know over on social media or in the comments section below. And of course, drop a line on what you think of the new Halloween, and if you think we'll be seeing Michael again as anything other than a burnt piece of crispy bacon or bathtub fodder. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, sacrifice your firstborn child to whatculture.com, and I will see you again soon. Bye.
Look, my son, look at the marvel that I have created. Comics. They called me a fool for trying to put a dead meme onto a t-shirt. A damn bold fool! A damn bold fool with an ass that won't quit. It got quite personal towards the end there. But look who's laughing now! Quiet! Quiet, my son. son, my ugly son, for my other creation rises. Look at the quality fabric, hand-stitched by blind orphans. The perfect letter spacing calculated so meticulously that Rich Hudson had an erection for months about it. And a colouring so deep that I had to buy the dye off the dark web. Oh, for God's sake, Josh!
Sorry.
Marvel. Oh no, the beast has grown angry, angered by our drab fashion choices. I am such a fool to think that it wouldn't try to infect us with its perfect design. Quick, we must do something to appease the beast. Why don't we buy one from shop.whatculture.com? Look, it's already got Scott Nash.
Oh no!
But where can I buy one? Are you kidding me? This is why I don't give you any extra lines. But also at shop.whatculture.com. Quick, let's go and buy one right now. Let's go buy one right now.
Right now.
Oh, don't you try hard now. You've already lost your bit. Oscar's in the f***ing bin. Ah, there we go. Doesn't that look better? I feel so virile and alive, and it's also fixed your hump. That's actually pretty good. Now, do yourself a favour and act like your mum and spread the love, aka her legs, and buy yourself one of these glorious dead memes on a t-shirt, courtesy of this handsome chap right here. You're very, very welcome.
Cut!
Jesus Christ, mine is so
It's
itchy.
all wet. What?
It stinks.
I pissed on yours.
The worst font ever. I want to die.